Okay, welcome back to Hi-Fi Paradise and the world of Fisher. And we have something here exceedingly rare, very rare. This is a Fisher 4-channel FM generator, built by Fisher, made by Fisher, designed by Fisher. This is more than likely one of a kind. I've never seen another one. There could be others, but I've never seen another one. There's the Fisher's model number, the 3109. With all the controls. Got that little fine-tuning adjustment, 30 kilohertz adjustment. Really fascinating piece of equipment. I'm going to show you how these things are designed. I'll put level. Let's pick this up a little bit. Hold on. Okay. Read the bottom a little better now. What does that say? Delay in microseconds. Lighten it a little better. Yeah. Deviation. Let me zoom in this way. I get better light, I think. Let's see, yeah. Anyway, here's the input. Anyway, this is designed like some other pieces of Fisher test equipment, that was made by Fisher, which I'm going to show you. They're up on the shelf there. Namely, you have a chassis that slides into a power supply, which is what this black case is. We're going to get pictures of the sides and everything, of course. The top, it's got the handle. This is all solid state, by the way. The test equipment that I found was all solid state. Anything that's on this is the way I found it at the Fisher warehouse. This particular unit was used on the Fisher assembly line. Here's I guess the last time it was calibrated or whatever. It's got a tag on it dated 1975. Beautiful piece of equipment. Amazing how they made this stuff. They all have the same look to it. The hammer tone, the writing. They use these beautiful, well, this one doesn't have switches on it, but maybe in the back it does. I don't even remember. We're going to look in the back. But they also had a set of 3, let me think, FM generators. They had the 10.7, which is right here. See the separate power supply in the bottom? This one, the big one, isn't marked. The CD4. This one's actually marked. There's the Fisher property tag from Fisher. And here's the unit. Notice it has a separate property tag because it's a separate chassis that slides in and out. These gorgeous little, beautiful switches here. Here's their model number that they use for this. So this would be the 10.7 generator, the FM generator. Here we have the AM 455 generator, again built by Fisher. Notice the same look, the same hammer tone, same basic look to it, same everything. There's the separate power supply. Power supply numbers are the same for these particular units because they're the same size. Here's the AM generator. This is the AM generator. Notice the power supply. Notice the Fisher poker chip from the 70s. Anyway, so that is homemade Fisher equipment made by Fisher, test equipment. And here is the one and only CD4 generator. And again, I believe this to be the only one. Everything seems to work beautiful. I would not power it up. I have never powered it up. I will not power it up. I don't think it should be powered up. This is a museum piece. There's no need to power it up. No need whatsoever. And I'm going to take a look at this back of it. Okay, here's the back of the set. Fisher power cord, just like you see on the stereo equipment. Stereo power cord, stereo equipment. There's a calibration with the property tag. And that's basically what's in the back. The sides, like it says, have this. Let's get a look at the side. Maybe you can see inside a little bit. Yeah, the sides have this beautiful grilled mesh, gorgeously made. They used to have a company in Long Island City where they make their metal products, their metal chassis and frames and stuff, called Levco Metal Finishers. I don't know if they're still there. I don't know if they made this, but they made a lot of Fisher chassis and face panels. I can tell you that. I know they made a lot of face panels. All right, I'm going to slip this thing out of this this casing, which is actually what the power. You're going to see this when I slide it out. It's got a special plug. The power cord is part of the cabinet. All right, this gives you an idea how it slides out. You just loosen these 4 little retaining things in the front, and it actually, like it's in a drawer. All right, and I'm going to get it out and show you. Okay, this is it out of the cabinet. Here's the cabinet. Here's what's inside. That's part of the power supply. And there's the connector. When you push it in, it connects to that, and that has the power cord. But this thing is like better than a piece of military equipment the way this was built. Look at this. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Never been touched. 100% original. Never ever been touched. This is Fisher built, Fisher engineered. Absolutely gorgeous workmanship. Really, really nice. Beautifully, beautifully custom built. Let's turn this around again. Same components you see in Fisher equipment. These same small electrolytics, you see these all in the 1960s solid state. Solid state stuff. Looks like the chips are all in sockets. Yeah, Fisher was big on sockets with solid state. Yeah, look at that. Handwritten on the label. Beautiful piece of equipment. Beautiful, well preserved, thankfully. I've had this for 40-something years. I took it right out of the warehouse. Right out of the Fisher warehouse where all the stuff from the assembly plant went. Isn't that amazing? All right, let's get it back in its case. All right, so she's back in her cabinet. And what prompted me to do this video is the fact that I sold this thing. Yes, I did. I've held on to it for a long time. It's time to put it in someone else's hands, I guess. Pass it on. Hopefully they will respect it and take the care of it that I did. And hopefully they will not restore it. They will leave the thing just as it is and treat it as it should be treated, as a very, very rare museum piece, not to be messed with. This is to be admired, not to be used. There's no reason to use this thing. It's not that difficult to get a CD4 generator if you need one that bad. You don't need this one. This is your museum piece. And hopefully, it gets the respect and preservation it deserves. Here is a picture of the bottom. And those little guys have the same little plastic feet on their bottom of their power supplies. This is so homemade, it's something else. All right, and I got something else cool to show you. Hold on. Okay, look what we have here. Yeah, right up there. First of all, get a perspective of how big this thing is. It's huge. It's almost the size of the top of my double door tin cabinet. And it is in basically almost like a one large slotted rack, equipment rack. Notice the property tags. These are all individual chassis. There's one there. All these little guys are chassis. And let me tell you what you're looking at. This is the FM multiplex transmitter that used to flood the factory with the calibration signal for everyone to tune their tuners and multiplex adapters and whatever they were building. This is what the factory used for calibration standards. It has a dipole antenna in the back that's folded up. This is just sitting on top of the cabinet, like I said. This one piece here, here's the power switch. It's got tubes in the back. This is tubes. Part of it's solid state, part of it's tubes. I never really gave it a good looking over. Since I brought it home, it's basically been sitting up here, which is a shame. I should get to it and see. I don't want to power it up, but I want to see what it's all about. But it's very complicated. Very rare. I think that was a property tag that fell off. Because each piece has a property tag on it. That one does. I think it's got a different model number, 3028. There's actually a property tag on the back part of it. And then the insert. That's amazing. And this whole piece is one section. This is the multiplex generator. There's the output level. This thing's never been touched. I remember going to the factory and seeing this thing working. And everyone tuning up to this thing. It was lit up. Come in the morning, flip it on, and you wouldn't turn it off till I went home. It's an amazing piece. It's only one of a kind. It's the only one. So if you own a tube piece of Fisher equipment or early solid state, it was aligned with this generator. Isn't that nice? There's a little paper tag on there. That must have meant something. And then there's yet another property tag here for the main unit. Yep, there it is. There it is. So there you have it. A piece of history is getting passed on. Hopefully, like I said, to good hands. The other guys are here. I have these. I have multiples of, because I took whatever I found out of the warehouse. In fact, it was probably more that I didn't take, which is foolish of me. I should have took them all. So those, I can't say that they're nowhere near one of a kind. Though there ain't many of them, they're not one of a kind. But there's only maybe, if there's less than a dozen of these, way less than a dozen of each. Some of them only 5 or 6 that I found. But this guy, nope, this one. And that one that I showed you up on the shelf, the big guy, only one. That one, I know there was only one because that's the one that everything was built from. And this guy too. CD4 was just so short-lived. They didn't really, they didn't have it for long. So this is all they really needed. They probably built this, and that might have been it. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. Again, this is a piece of history getting passed on. Hopefully it'll be cared for as well as I did. As I said, it is as I found it, and it will hopefully stay that way. Okay, till next time.